It's time now for Upon Further Review, brought to you by Ogeechee Technical College, Education with Purpose, and by Dr. Lincoln Lippincott with the Sleep Apnea Center in Statesboro. And now, here they are, Josh Aubrey and Nate Hirsch.
And we're happy to welcome you in. It's a brand new week of Upon Further Review, along with Josh, part of the Statesboro Herald's online team. This is Nate. We're up top of ERA Hirsch Real Estate Team, buying or selling real estate. Talk to the experts. They're downstairs at ERA Hirsch Real Estate Team. All right, it was one of those, these Thursday games throw me off. We've got to get ready for another one. Texas State coming in 7:30 Thursday night after last Thursday night's debacle up at Boone, where Josh was up there covering things. And the question he asked me on the way home, since everybody was going crazy about how bad we looked, they thought, he said, Nate, would you just check our record on the road at Boone? So I wrote down every single game.
And you had us playing 3 in a row at Boone, but that's not true.
No, here,
you had 2 back-to-backs.
2001, 2002, right, and 2003. We actually played up at Boone.
Okay.
According to our media guide.
Which media guide was that?
The one from this year.
Okay.
I'm going by our media guide from this year. So anyway, however that worked out.
You had 4 and 10 though.
I had 4 and 9 is what I actually think I had. But anyway, it was a 4 and 10.
Did you count this year?
No.
We're 4 and 10 now.
In the past, we were 4 and 9. 4 and 10. And again,
and Paul Johnson never won there.
I think he did. Let's look back. 1997 he lost. 1999 he lost. He did win in 2001. That was his final
last
year.
Yep.
27-18. But we've had some really good teams go up there and lose over the years. 2 years ago, when both teams were struggling, okay, that was one of Appalachia's only had 4 wins that year.
It's an ugly game.
You were there. McKinnon gets hurt early.
Yeah, and it was a lot like this past one. This past game reminded me of 2 games. It reminded me of that game because in that game, Southern marched right down the field and scored. And it felt like, wow, that's good. And then App scored. Then I think Southern scored again. And then McKinnon got hurt, and it was over after that. It reminded me a little bit of the Navy game, unfortunately. From
2 halves.
Yeah, it was the first drive of the Navy game.
Yeah.
We went right down the field and scored, and then they kind of made adjustments or whatever happened. Our offense sputtered from then on.
And do you remember the Chris Hatcher game?
Yeah.
He won one.
Yeah.
But he also lost 52-16.
That 52-16 was I think in a mist and cold and pretty miserable, yes.
Well, there hadn't been too many sunny days. Trust
No.
me. I've been up. First one I was up there for was 87. Eric Russell got beat
19-0
in the playoffs. The field was frozen. That was Sparky Woods was the head coach
Wow.
at Appalachian. All right, that's behind us now. We can't do a thing about that.
No.
We got to look forward to Texas State, who's coming off a huge win.
They put up a lot of points,
They
didn't
did,
they?
you know, and the running back Lowe goes and rushes for 230 yards as they beat up South Alabama in bad weather. You know, had a lot of rain in the state of Texas this weekend.
So I don't know, were there a lot of turnovers? Did you check?
No, it wasn't like they just controlled the game.
Yeah.
You know, and pretty much took care of things. Obviously, we had the Tuesday night game last week
Right.
where Arkansas State jumped out on Lafayette early and went on to win 37-27. Arkansas State
Undefeated in the league.
still undefeated. They'll have a showdown on a Thursday night in Boone. The week after ours, November the 5th. Okay. And anyway, Idaho wins again.
How about it?
Your boy Scott Linehan, 3 touchdown passes. They've won 3 games now.
Yeah,
they are not the worst team in the country.
They are not.
But New Mexico State, they are the worst team in the country. 52-7. They wore pink again.
Troy was terrible, and they scored 52 points.
Right. But the quarterback, I didn't realize the quarterback was out the week before when they lost to Idaho.
Troy's quarterback?
Right, he came back, and I mean, they just ran up and threw it all. Anyway, New Mexico State was terrible.
They are. And they were pink against Georgia Southern last year, too.
I forgot. You're exactly right.
Yep.
So anyway, I don't know how those people, we think we've got it bad. We lost the football game. It's tough to go out there and support your team. Now, they've lost, 13?
Nate, I've seen a lot of the attendance at the Sunbelt games, and they aren't good.
Yeah.
Now, App State, obviously.
They are.
Yeah.
But I'm just
Georgia
saying.
Southern is.
I'm talking
and I'm
about,
sure Louisiana Lafayette is.
And Arkansas State, certainly.
Yeah.
But if you're a New Mexico State fan right now, it's tough to go out there and back your Aggies. Meanwhile, as we always like to say, when you need legal advice in the Statesboro, Bullock County area, we have the man for you to call on. That is Lovett Bennett Jr., attorney at law PC, Lovett's office located in downtown Statesboro. Back with lots more in a moment on Upon Further Review.
It's 2015 model sell-off at Franklin Toyota. Now is your best time to buy because every 2015 model must be sold.
Save up to $5,000 off new 2016 Camrys or get 0 APR for 60 months.
Find it today at Franklin Toyota in Statesboro.
Do you ever wonder what that 15% savings cost you in service?
What's the name on the account?
My name is Mary, M-A-R-Y.
Who is it?
Mary.
Oh,
My
okay.
name is Mary.
Right.
Are you even listening to me?
Sure.
At Glenn Davis Insurance, we get to know you as a person. To us, you're not just another number. Together with Auto Owners Insurance, we can develop an insurance plan tailored to your specific needs. Glenn Davis and Associates. Call or come by today.
Well, Josh, as we get ready for the game this week, the university store's got some new gear they gave us as we obviously we're going to have. I couldn't believe how warm it was this weekend.
Oh yeah, you talking about in Boone?
Yeah, well, everywhere
I'd
here.
say it was warm, but it wasn't as bad as I expected.
Right, so we got some nice long sleeve stuff here if you're getting ready for the game on Thursday night. And the coaches may be wearing some of these pink hats, I think, which we're also selling.
There you go.
Okay, all right. So outside of the Fun Belt over the weekend. So anyway, I had one of those days Saturday where I actually spent the day with the family, celebrated a granddaughter's birthday party.
And didn't watch any football.
I did watch football later in the day.
Kinda figured.
I got into watching Southern Conference, Coastal Carolina, a future member, the number one team in FCS, had to kick a field goal in the last play at Monmouth to win the game. They did a great job with game day at James Madison.
Yeah.
What I could see, I was trying to watch that, believe it or not.
Third FCS team they've been to.
And they lost the game.
How many
later on.
Sunbelt teams have they come?
You keep saying that.
Well, it's
Okay.
unfortunate.
All right. So anyway, but I did watch. You know, it was homecoming at Furman. Citadel beat the heck out of them. Okay, and our boy Chris Hatcher was doing well at Samford.
And then
You can't keep losing to Western Carolina. Meanwhile, Kennesaw State playing some real teams now. Unfortunately,
starting to show.
Well, he's 5-2.
What's Mercer right now?
Mercer somewhere around 4-4 this year.
Okay.
Okay. Meanwhile, and Army managed to lose again at the end
I
of
watched
Rice.
that game. I did watch the Army. And it was a good game. I mean, they come back and back
gee.
and forth. And then, was it 38-31 the
You
final?
got it exactly right.
All right.
But then we had the Georgia Tech game Saturday
That was
night.
fun.
It's hard to believe.
Did you see him? Boy, he was
Giddy.
he was in Paul Johnson mode.
That is the happiest I've ever seen
Yep,
him.
yep.
The Georgia win last year, he was very, even though that was an overtime win, this one was so stunning, and then to have them storm the field at home for him.
Oh, yeah.
Like that. And he couldn't be, I know how it is when you're doing these interviews and you can't
Can't
hear,
hear.
and he's yelling, basically. But great for Paul.
Yes.
'Cause
Exciting victory. I mean, we've had a couple of last second, no time left on the clock wins with crazy special teams. The Michigan State.
Oh, of
Michigan
course.
won from a week before, and then that one. You start to wonder if it's the smartest move when it's a 50 plus, that ball's going to be low, but usually they block it and there's a scrum. It's not usually
I know.
somebody runs
They keep
it
using
around.
the examples, of course, of people, that the linemen are
Yeah, there's not a lot of athletes.
skilled players to stop the run back. And they showed Paul, get out of the way, which is what you teach them
Yeah.
after a kick is blocked like that. Anyway, a great win for Tech. Okay. Now all of a sudden he's sitting there 3-5, okay, thinking, well, I got Virginia coming up this week. I got Miami, by the way, in the state of
Oh, my
Florida
gosh.
right now. The University of Miami fires Al Golden. They have an interim coach.
Yep.
The Miami Dolphins have an interim coach.
Yes, they do. Doing quite well.
He's won too. The Miami baseball team is looking for a manager.
That's true.
I mean,
Forget about them.
George O'Leary resigned yesterday. Central Florida's looking for a head coach.
Yeah.
So, it's,
If you want a job, head down to Florida, huh? Hey, and speaking of the George O'Leary leaving, does that open the door for people to start knocking on our doors up here?
I don't know. I thought the list I saw from Miami did not include Willie.
Yeah.
Because I think they want somebody, Cristobal, the assistant now at Alabama, who used to be at FIU, they want somebody with ties to South Florida.
Okay.
The question is, Does Miami have bigger thinking?
You know about the Dolphins?
I'm sorry. I'm
The
talking
Hurricanes.
about the Hurricanes.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about UCF.
I know you're talking about UCF.
That would seem to be more of
Yeah.
a logical next step.
It could be.
I'm not saying that he couldn't be the Miami coach. But
There'll be listen.
I'd love. Well, no, I wouldn't love it. My dad went to Miami. I'd like to see them back in the fold. I'd like to see him get a good coach, but maybe not Willie Fritz. I kind of like him here.
Right. He's let him just stay here and win some. Let him be here. At least win a few bowl games.
We would like that to happen.
But it's amazing what's happened in the state of Florida.
Yeah.
And with the loss, Florida State basically eliminated themselves.
Yes, they
probably
did.
from the championship. Utah now in a mess. They lose that game.
Yeah.
We wondered when we did the picks. Looked at the spreads last week.
It looked weird.
Southern Cal was favored.
Southern Cal was favored.
Those boys, as you always say.
Talking about interim, there's another coach that's
interim.
doing well.
But just like you always say, those boys in Vegas.
They know things.
You always say go to the smell, right?
And that was a run to the smell game.
Okay. All right, our high school teams were in action. We have lots of highlights from that. We're coming down to the obviously final couple of weeks of the regular season. We do know a few things. Statesboro is out of the playoffs.
Yep.
But the team they're playing this week is trying to finish number
one.
one.
Glen Academy.
So Bullock Academy is going to play an undefeated team this week.
That's right. Well, and if they win, there's a three-way tie for first.
So there's a lot of things coming up. All right, we'll come back, look at the high school highlights. That's next on Upon Further Review.
The Clubhouse in Statesboro, Southeast Georgia's best place to play. The Clubhouse in Statesboro, where fun is done.
The Medical Center Pharmacy on Grenade Street is proud to be your Health Mart pharmacy in Statesboro. The Medical Center Pharmacy, locally owned and serving this community for 50 years, is open 364 days a year. The pharmacists at Medical Center know there's nothing more important than your family's well-being. That's why they take the time to know their customers, explain their medications, and answer any questions. The Medical Center Pharmacy, your Health Mart pharmacy. Health Mart, caring for you and about you. And it's time now for our high school segment presented by Ogeechee Technical College. As promised, the high school highlights are coming up in a moment. But first, a quick reminder, coming up now, a week from Saturday, November the 7th, got a special open house at Ogeechee Technical College. It's going to start at 8:30 in the morning, run till about noon. Gives you a chance, if you're exploring the possibility of going to OTC, to look at the campus, talk to the professors there, and find out more. A week from Saturday, November the 7th, the open house at OTC. Hey, I remembered that after all. I didn't have to look down. Everybody complains you're looking down all the time. Okay, to the games we go from last week.
That's right. We're going to take a look at a couple of games. We're going to look at the two wins in Bullock County. Southeast Bullock playing at home, a big game against Jenkins. And we're also going to look at Bullock Academy and Trinity. A good crowd on hand in Boone, North Carolina for the Thursday night matchup between Georgia Southern and Appalachian State. First quarter, opening drive, Matt Breida gets around the left side. Things looking pretty good. He breaks a couple tackles and gets down for a first down. Next up, L.A. Ramsby gets the call. He gets around the left side as well and picks up another Georgia Southern first down, and capping the drive, Kevin Ellison, a nice fake, and then check out the highlight reel flip into the air for the score. The Eagles quickly on top 7-0. App State able to answer with a field goal in the first. From there, the Eagle offense would struggle mightily, and App State's offense would then start getting into gear. Marcus Cox gets the call. He breaks a few tackles and goes 18 yards for the score. 10-7, App State on top. The App State defense continues to hold the Eagles in check. Only 188 total yards rushing in this game. App State able to tack on another score before the half. Taylor Lamb to Sims McElfresh in the back of the end zone. 17-7, App State at the half. Second half, head coach Willie Fritz looking to get the Eagles going. The defense holds on the opening drive for the Mountaineers. And the offense then moving downfield. Kevin Ellison to the air here. He finds Miles Campbell. This drive stalls. In comes Alex Hanks to try and cut the lead to 7, but this one hooks left, still 17-7. The defense once again holds App State. Jamal Johnson on the stop here. The offense again trying to get something going through the air, but here Ryan Longoria falls down and Ellison's pass intercepted by Mondo Williams, who takes it into Eagle territory. And from there, a few plays later, Taylor Lamb goes to the air to Barrett Burns for the 33-yard score. App State up 24-7. The Eagle fans seeing this game fading away. Things would only get worse in the fourth. Fabian Upshaw in at quarterback, rolling right, and I'm sure he'd like to have this one back, as this one picked off by Alex Gray. And once again, the Mountaineers take advantage and go downfield and cap the drive with a 6-yard Marcus Cox touchdown to make it 31-7. The Eagles able to muster one final drive in the fourth quarter. Matt Breida with the first down. He'd be held to only 78 yards rushing in the game. Kevin Ellison with a nice run here. He'd managed just 46 yards on the ground though. And finally, a nice run coming up by L.A. Ramsby for the final points of the game, but not nearly enough as Georgia Southern falls by a final count of 31-13. Well, Nate, unfortunately, on the other side of things was Portal falling hard at home and Statesboro High losing on the road, mentioned to Ware County. Coming up, Glen Academy at Statesboro. Portal will be at Jenkins County, or Southeast Bullock at Islands, and Bullock Academy at Pinewood. So Statesboro, the only home game this week.
Yeah, but Savannah Christian, listen, that's like the pro-style team in Savannah, okay? Donald Shumley does a fantastic job.
Yep.
If they lose 2 games a year, it's horrendous down there.
Yep, 34-7.
That's all.
Savannah Christian and Calvary. I remember Jordan used to tell me, Dad, how come at Portal we have to play all the good good teams in Savannah, and how come Southeast gets to play all the bad teams? I said, yeah, well, in football they're pretty bad. Basketball, those teams are pretty
It evens
good.
itself out there. All right, we'll come back, and Josh says he wants to show what he videoed for us up in Boone from last week. That's next on Upon Further Review. Tired of being tired? Do you start and end the day completely worn out? You may have obstructive sleep apnea. Dr. Lippincott at the Sleep Apnea Center in Statesboro can give you an evaluation and explain the new non-invasive procedure that has helped so many in our area. Call for an appointment or be on the lookout for one of our free seminars. The Sleep Apnea Center in Statesboro, part of Statesboro ENT, 120 South Zetterauer Avenue.
We know how important your family is to you, which is why family medicine is so important to us. At TRICARE Family Medicine, we'll see that your family is in the best possible health. We offer a fun and friendly environment and are now accepting new pediatric and adult patients. Come experience the difference today. Let our family take care of your family at TRICARE Family Medicine, the official family practice of Georgia Southern Athletics.
Well, Josh, one thing about these Thursday games, it seems like it's been 4 or 5 days ago.
Yeah,
but you were up there and you got highlights.
I've got some video from the game.
Okay.
Yes, let's get out and see. There were a couple of highlights. Let's look at that. When you step through the doors at Vision Source Professional Eye Care on Savannah Avenue, you'll find Dr. Horace Deal and Dr. Kyle Varnado. They pride themselves on providing the highest quality eye care in a comfortable, state-of-the-art environment. If you need new glasses, contacts, or sunglasses, Vision Source Professional Eye Care has one of the best selections in our area. Featuring a state-of-the-art sports vision program, we're the official eye doctors for the Georgia Southern Eagles. Be a part of our winning team at Vision Source Professional Eye Care, 214 Savannah Avenue. Homecoming at Gator Alley, Queen Anna Lee Howell crowned at halftime of the Gators contest with Trinity out of Dublin. First half, And the defense setting the tone. Hunter Perry coming up with the big 15-yard sack here. Later on offense, Tice Lovett gets the call. And he'll rumble ahead 50 yards. Getting into Trinity territory. Next up, Davis Childs gets the call, and he's around the far side. 12 yards. Another first down, capping the drive. Lovett with the touchdown. 7-0 Gators. The defense continuing to make big plays. Stripping the ball loose here, and on the bottom of the pile, Braxton Brinson with the turnover. A couple plays later, Lovett, and he's gone 43 yards on this run as the Gators take a 14-0 lead. More from the defense. Hunter Perry once again, and he explodes here for the sack. And on the very next play, Trevor Mason's turn to get in on the fun. Back on offense, Lanier Olive going to a wide open Nathan Rice for the 13-yard touchdown. It's 21-0 Gators at the half. Move ahead to the second half, plenty to cheer about. Olive able to find Davis Childs, who fights ahead for an 18-yard Bullock Academy pickup. Jarvis Williams next, getting the rock, and he's knocked out just shy of the goal line. And from there, it's Tice Lovett getting the call. He finished with 111 yards rushing and 3 touchdowns on only 8 carries. Olive continues to go to the air, this time putting it on the money to Drew Bulkey. This would lead to Brian Marsh's first ever field goal. He does get it through, and it's 31-6. And finally, Don Aaron in at quarterback, and things looking good for the future behind center for the Gators as he's gone 69 yards for the score as BA cruises 38-12. In Brooklet, first place in the sub-region on the line and probably the sub-region title. Southeast hosting Jenkins early on. The Warriors try and get tricky, the fake punt, but the Yellow Jackets sniff it out and stop them short. On offense, Jalen Wells looking deep, and he'll find Tyler Collins into Warrior territory at the 35. And that would lead to patented Chase Walker touchdown as he bounces his way through the hole and goes 37 yards for the score, 7-0 Southeast. We move to the second quarter. Jenkins trying to respond. A quick pass here from Javante Middleton to Tyrone Scott, and he goes 23 yards into Yellow Jacket territory. A few plays later, Middleton to a wide open Timothy Leaks, and we're tied at 7-all. On the ensuing kickoff, it's time for Michael Davis to show his skill set. A little speed here, breaking free. He gets all the way down to the 15-yard line. And no surprise from the two, it's Chase Walker with the score, and it's 14-7 SEB. Again, back come the Warriors, and this is why Georgia Southern's interested in running back Akeem Bird. Looks like he's bottled up, but Bird breaks a couple tackles and then shows off his speed, racing 80 yards for the touchdown. As the Warriors tie the game at 14-all, which would hold through halftime. In the second half, 3rd and long, and Wells able to pick up the needed yardage plus 15 yards for the late hit. That would set up Walker for his 3rd touchdown of the game. It's 21-14 Yellow Jackets. That would take us to the 4th quarter. And speaking of 4, how about the Abe Lincoln for Walker? 4 score, 28-14 Yellow Jackets. The defense does the rest. No getting out of this one for Bird despite running all the way across the field. No gain here as the Yellow Jackets pursuit. And then for the finishing touch, it's Clay Carter coming up with the interception in the end zone. The Southeast wins 28-14. Well, Nate, I will say this. The defense did play pretty well. The tough thing was they were on the field so long. I think that we've made some progress in that area. hopefully they'll be able to slow down Texas State from the points they scored last week. Big game, Thursday night, get out and watch it.
7:30 for that.
Yes.
All right, we're back to wrap things up in just a moment. Dr. Sergio Dalsenia of Family Internal Medicine reminds you that Kathy Shriver, who specializes in diabetes education and consultations, is now exclusive to Family Internal Medicine. Call for an appointment. Their office located in the Cotton Ridge Plaza on Fair Road.
It's 2015 model sell-off at Franklin Toyota. Now is your best time to buy because every 2015 model must be sold.
Save up to $5,000 off new 2016 Camrys or get 0 APR for 60 months.
Find it today at Franklin Toyota in Statesboro.
Lee Hill and Johnston Insurers. We've been Statesboro's insurance people since 1963. That's a lot of memories. Recognized as one of the leading agencies in Georgia, Lee Hill and Johnston is independent and offers a complete line of personal and business insurance for auto, life, home, and health. We'll shop companies to find the lowest premiums and best coverage for you, your family, or your business. Lee Hill and Johnston Insurers, the insurance people since 1963.
It's 2015 model sell-off at Franklin Toyota. Now is your best time to buy because every 2015 model must be sold.
At Franklin Toyota, save up to $3,500 off new RAV4s or get 0 APR for 60 months.
Find it today at Franklin Toyota in Statesboro.
Let's see, a couple of quick things to look at. We got notice press conference Wednesday that our soccer team here local.
It's a good press. Well, press conferences lately have sometimes been.
No, not yet. The seasons aren't over yet. Okay, no. Anyway, we got this is exciting, right? Going to have the name. You've been worried about the name of the team.
I wanted it to be the Statesboro Blues. That would have been perfect, but somebody else took it. So
anyway,
we'll see what it's going to be.
Will the Weevils get it?
I hope not.
I know. Anyway,
I like Swarm.
We're going to announce what the uniforms.
Yeah.
They've got a market. It's unbelievable how this thing is big time, right?
They're going to give us some T-shirts, I think.
Darren hired
That's
away.
What Darren said.
He hired away the whole staff from the convention and visitor.
Yeah, he did.
That's another story altogether. Hey, the NBA season is starting.
Our sport, me and you.
Yeah. But your close personal friend Kevin Durant's healthy.
Yes, he is. That's going to be interesting to see if he ends up staying in Oklahoma City.
He is this year.
Yes. He'll be here this year.
Listen, you talk about, again, a season where I think there's as much anticipation.
Yeah.
The Hawks are certainly thinking they can bounce, have another good year.
LaMarcus Aldridge at San Antonio.
All of a sudden, Golden State had a terrible preseason.
They did, but
may not mean anything.
I don't think it does.
Steve Kerr will not be there to coach the team at the beginning of the year.
Having some back issues.
Yeah, we were sad to hear about the passing. Certainly, Luke Walton already getting a chance. He just was playing 2 years ago, wasn't he?
I think he was.
Anyway, passing of Flip Saunders from Minnesota, that was kind of certainly, we knew he was sick, didn't know obviously it was that bad. Yeah. And the World Series begins Tuesday night. It's the Mets.
And that's where you wear your blue. You got both
the Mets,
of them.
Yes.
The Mets and the Royals. I'm an American League guy.
So you're picking the Royals?
So I'm going with the Royals.
All right. I'm a National League guy, so I got to go with the Mets.
There you go.
See if they can get it done in 6. All right. We will get ready for a serious preview. It's a short week. Thursday night football for Georgia Southern. Next time we'll do all that preview for you on Upon Further Review.
Join us again next time for Upon Further Review. Brought to you in part by Ogeechee Technical College, Education with Purpose, and by Dr. Lincoln Lippincott with the Sleep Apnea Center in Statesboro.